Relax now. Don't push. Good. But you are making the mechanical. And that's why when he changes it, you miss it. So he's pushing, and I feel. So here he went off. And if I keep going, I'm going to not have anything. So here he's on at the beginning, then he went off. On, off, because he's bracing there. No, it's over here now. Can we brace? No. So here it would be off, you see, because he disengaged his elbow, which is fine, don't worry. Though I have to find it. Then it went off again when he put his weight on his hand. So I'm feeling for it, okay? It's what I'm feeling for. Whoops. Do you let go?
Yes.
But do you?
No.
No. Breathe. See? Okay, try this. Force or pressure, or he's pushing on me. Okay, so when he goes like this, you're like, whoa, that's a big guy. Okay? So what you don't want to do is now add to that by pushing back on it. Okay, he goes, look. So I'm going to move it where his energy doesn't push me back, but pushes him back. Okay? So I can't go here because that's pushing against it and he's stronger than me. So maybe I go out slightly. This is the exact opposite. So he pushes hard and I can make movements smaller. Boom. Versus on him. He's not pushing hard and little movements don't do anything. You see? Because he's not connected. So he has no chance of pushing me over, but my response in his body is smaller. But the principle is the same. I have to use the energy to manipulate his mass. Okay? You see? If I were to do the other one, look, nothing. But it's still there because there's still energy, there's still force, and there's still matter. And it's not a trick in his shoulder. So some of you are probably going to go, well, look, his shoulder's doing it. And then it could be the shoulder, but it doesn't have to be the shoulder. You see? It's the feeling that you need to sense. So I would ask my partner to go a little slower, because once you get here, it's hard for you to figure out. So just a little slower. Versus here, no good, or even here, no good. It's not cutting through him. You're just leading him into a hole. We want to be able to project. So we go slow. Okay, try it. You're out of range. Can you hit me? Okay. Just scoot back. Can you why do I have to do anything? I like holding your hand. See? You have to get in range. There you go. And now I do. Are you in range? Here you go. Well, you're still doing it. I still find the direction. You know, doesn't matter. I can do it. Okay? When you are below the arm, you cannot cut this way. Why?
It's just missing the center.
You're missing the center. The shoulder will act as a hinge, or the elbow acts like a hinge, and you're going to lose it. So if you end up below the arm, it has to go more into him. You see that? If I end up above the arm, then it's still the same thing. I'm not going this way. My arm might move from right to left, but I still am pushing into and through his center. Okay, so if I'm here, it still has to go into him. And this is trickier because you have an element of sticking, and you're like, how do you stick there? Because this is what I get every time. Okay? But the sticking is really part of the training. So we get stuck together. Just simply put, I'm constantly measuring the friction to the angle and the degree of penetration, so that when those things all get in the right alignment, it feels like there's a ledge on my hand and I don't slide off. If I override one of them is how you start to slide off. So I'm continuing to push. Do you see that? And I take the angle that's going to do that. Boom. So if I'm just working on leverage, then you're going to slip. But if you're working on this feeling that we're doing, this energy contact, you don't slip. And you get what we call sticky. But it's the same thing even if I'm above his elbow. I'm always sticky, okay? No matter where I am, no matter what I am. Okay, go. You can make it less sophisticated by going above the elbow, more directly affecting the shoulder, right? And then pushing it. And you raise problems when you're below because of the hinge and the hinge here. But if you're doing energy to energy, you get a stickiness here that keeps everything going. You see? So, by feeling that, I don't generate this, I don't generate this, and I don't generate this. I'm sticky. So much so that I could go the opposite way. You see? So imagine you are in a sword fight. That would be pretty useful. Rather than chasing swords around, you get stuck onto it. And not in obvious deflecting angles, but even angles that appear to be the guy's on top and I'm going to give myself open. And it works, and I get the stickiness if I understand how to relate those three things: penetration, through the center, and friction on the arm. I'm balancing them, but I have to be sensitive to it. I can't do this stuff. I'm always feeling his center, wherever I want him to go. Whatever I want. He doesn't want to get hit in the face, so like he's in a sword fight, he's going to keep his sword still. Equally, if I am aiming for his center, right, I'm probably going to be on his attacking center line, which means when he collapses that, it just goes right in. So even on this one, if he collapses that, it just goes right in. So I am now just working with his body. Okay, go. Itself. Got things, and that's fine, okay? But all my principle is the same. So here I have his center, right? Obviously, okay? Maybe he changes something, okay? So now, look, I have it again. See how I did that? So when I go from one hand, I should have his center. He does whatever. I should still have his center. I might use the other hand to help. And I don't know where I have to put my hand. I have to touch. So he does whatever he wants to do. Okay, look, this one I can still get. Do you see? I might do that. Basically, you're going to be a baddie kid. Mush. See how I'm doing this? He's mush. Okay, try it. So this is a very slow, spontaneous drill. So she's going that way. So I lost. Do you see how I'm losing the center line? Well, look. Here it is. Now you're telling me what to do. I might want to give myself a different situation. And this is different from this. You see that difference? Everything is aiming through her, which is why you can shrink it and pulse it. So I could make this overt leverage move, or I could go really slow where it looks like I'm doing the other one. Or I can pulse it. And you know it wasn't the big movement. Okay? So here we're just going slow. You're too good at uke for now. You want to be junky. So yeah, that's it. Then I have to find it. Do you understand? Here, I'll be the uke. That was you pushing it. You get it? You be that for me. Yeah, make the face too. There you go. You're trying to challenge me. Good. Just let go. Go dead. That's it. Okay? And you can let it go. Look. And you pick it up over here. You understand? It doesn't have to be one-handed. You're like, no. Get in there, center. Okay, you're just right here, and then it's going to be here and sliding down. You see? So there's no rules. Here, like right here. It doesn't have to be on the arms either.